Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Disney's Riviera Resort. So we checked in to a 1-bedroom villa and it was like actually kind of perfect because recently we stayed over at the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness, and that stay has raised a ton of questions. There was a lot that had to be said about that stay, and we talked to you guys about a lot of it, and you guys talked to us about some of your questions, and you had so much to go over. Like we've just not even scratched the surface on answering some of your questions about that property and DVC in general. And then very soon after our stay at the cabins, we booked a stay here at the Riviera. Initially, it was supposed to be a deluxe studio, but we got upgraded to a 1-bedroom, which is, like I said, so incredibly convenient because the cabins are often compared to a 1-bedroom because 1-bedroom, we talked about this when we talked about the cabins. Anyway, one of the things that has come up a lot is laundry. And we talked about laundry when we were staying at the cabins. We went and checked out laundry when we were staying at the cabins. But one of the things that I really wanted to dig into during our stay here was just kind of explaining why laundry is such a big deal and why it's been such a hot topic with the cabins, especially now that they've been transitioned over to a Disney Vacation Club property. So I figure I've got a little bit of time to kill. We could sit down, enjoy a soda or something. Maybe I'll grab one out of the fridge and we can chat a little bit about the laundry situation. I can answer some of your questions as well. So first and foremost, I had one of you ask about why laundry seems to be a hot topic when it comes to the cabins, especially because the cabins didn't include laundry prior to the transition over to Disney Vacation Club. And you're right, the cabins at Fort Wilderness, when they were the moderate accommodation that they were prior to this transition, did not include any laundry. There was laundry nearby, but there was not laundry in the unit. But that, again, was when it was a moderate accommodation prior to being transitioned into a Disney Vacation Club property. And I think a lot of members, when they heard that these cabins were going to be DVC, were under the impression that what we were going to get is not just an updated cabin, but we were going to get something that was going to meet DVC quality, DVC, and just meet the expectations of what you would get if you were staying at a DVC resort. And again, I know I've talked about this kind of already when we've talked a little bit about the cabins and the laundry. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize, okay? But specifically, when we talk about laundry at Disney Vacation Club properties, we have a few expectations as Disney Vacation Club members. First, if you're staying in a 1-bedroom or larger, you have laundry in unit. That is the case across the board for Disney Vacation Club properties. In fact, it's the case here at the 1-bedroom villa in Riviera. Let me give you a look. I know I showed you when we did the room tour, but we do have laundry right here. This is just off the entrance. We have a washer and dryer. We have a laundry basket and laundry soap available to us in unit. So we can wash whatever it is that we need to wash. And for those of you who are wondering like why that would be necessary, because I'm sure some of you, especially non-DVC members, might be wondering like what's the big deal, who wants to do laundry when they're on vacation? Well, here in Disney Vacation Club Villas, the housekeeping is a little bit different from other properties. One of the reasons that it's different is because we have access to laundry. So we don't get new towels or new bed linens as frequently as if you're staying at any other hotel or Walt Disney World resort. So there's a housekeeping schedule for Disney Vacation Club properties. This also applies to the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness, where depending on the length of your stay, you're going to have different housekeeping. In fact, I can actually show you, there's a little placard here that talks about the housekeeping. What it says is, if you're staying on Disney Vacation Club member points or member discount reservations, meaning you're paying cash but you got a discount because you're a DVC member, you will be scheduled for trash and towel service on your 4th day. If you're staying more than 8 nights, you will receive full cleaning service on your 4th day and trash and towel service on your 8th day. And I know that this isn't mentioned here, but if you're staying beyond that, the cycle just repeats. So on day 4, you will have your full cleaning. Then on day 8, you'll only have trash and towels. And then it's another 4 days before you have your full cleaning again. And what this sometimes means for Disney Vacation Club members, especially members who are staying here for long stretches of time, is that you'll end up having to do laundry yourself, especially in the case of towels, sometimes in the case of bed linens or blankets. Disney Vacation Club members can request additional housekeeping at a cost. Let's say you want your bed linens changed more often, you can absolutely have that, but you need to pay for it. And so that's one of the reasons that having access to laundry becomes really important in a Disney Vacation Club room. It's not just because people want to pack light, although they do, and it's not just because people want to do laundry because they are gluttons for punishment and really want to still have all of those chores to do while they're on vacation. I mean, I'm sure that that's right up some people's alley, but it's more along the lines of people wanting to keep up with things like linens. You know, they want fresh towels, and you don't have access to fresh towels at a Disney Vacation Club property like you might at other resorts. But you know, that's what you get from home away from home. And that's exactly what Disney Vacation Club is. So when you start to think about it like that, especially when we're talking about existing Disney Vacation Club members, I feel like it starts to become a bit more obvious why this has become such a hot topic and why it's a discussion that, even though to some people makes absolutely no sense, DVC members can't drop. Not only is it standard to have access to laundry when staying at a Disney Vacation Club resort, not only is it kind of necessary with the DVC housekeeping policies, but it also kind of requires Disney Vacation Club members to tweak how they vacation a little bit. Maybe you're someone who does pack light with the anticipation that you'll be able to wash your clothes and do it for free, which is another part of the discussion. Like I said, 1-bedroom villas and larger have that washer and dryer in your room. You don't have to pay to use that. But here at Disney Vacation Club Resorts, you also have that free laundry available to you here at your resort. And that's also true here at Disney's Riviera. In fact, I want to go take you to the 4th floor, which is where the laundry is located, and prove it to you. Because, you know, sometimes it's nice to be able to show you these things, and I happen to be able to show you today. Of course, the Riviera isn't the only place that you'll find free laundry. It's all over the place, so we'll go take a look. All right, we're on the 4th floor now, making our way to the laundry room. Should be right around the corner here. All right, here we are at the guest laundry. This door is so heavy. As you can see, we have our whole laundry facility here. Now over this way, we do have some soap that we can buy. This is not free. It's $1, just like anywhere else. It's hard to see. You can see me in there. Hey. It is $1, but of course we do get that soap in our room, and you can request it if you're a Disney Vacation Club member. And then here we have our washers and dryer, and they are free. You can actually see that over here on the washers. Of course, you have everything else that you need in here, and there's a television as well. Not a bad setup if you ask me, but let's make our way back up to the room. But yeah, I think that, you know, with all the conversations we've been having about the cabins and DVC and how the cabins stack up and where they stand in the Disney Vacation Club lineup here, I think that this is just one of the things that is a little bit more difficult for some DVC members to get past, especially members like me who have been members for such a long time. I know that this is a conversation for another day that we could go over at length, but over the years, Disney has definitely moved away from building new DVC properties and toward transitioning moderate properties into Disney Vacation Club resorts. There have been a lot of people who have noticed that Disney Vacation Club has transitioned away from the deluxe property that is what we were all being sold as DVC members, and it's slowly transitioning into more of moderate accommodation at a deluxe price point. This is something I've been talking about a lot, especially when it comes to the Riviera, which is where we happen to be right now, because it sits quite literally on part of Disney's Caribbean Beach, which is a moderate resort. So it is a deluxe property in a moderate location. I know that there are always people who are going to push back on me with that, but there's really no room for pushback when we talk about the cabins. The cabins were a moderate property. The cabins were updated but not upgraded, and then turned into a Disney Vacation Club property, which, as I mentioned, the expectation is that it is deluxe quality. It's DVC quality. It is deluxe level. It's a deluxe category resort, and yet it doesn't have any of the amenities that Disney Vacation Club members come to expect, while also still having some of the restrictions or limitations, for example, like the housekeeping that Disney Vacation Club members come to expect. It's very odd, and I think that it's, like I said, it's a bigger conversation, and one that is easier to talk about when we look at very specific things, and laundry happens to be one of those things. So that's where we're at. That is where we're at, and I hope that this brief discussion helped you understand a little bit better where DVC members like me are coming from. It's also what makes this conversation kind of tricky, especially when we have people who are familiar with the cabins and they never had access to certain perks like in-unit laundry, and they're like, well, you shouldn't expect that. It wasn't something that was here before. Why would it be here now? Because it's DVC. That's why it would be here now. And I think that DVC members, especially with that buy-in price of around $34,000, were thinking that they were going to get DVC quality, and it doesn't seem to be the case. So I hope that this clarified that. I hope that it shines a light in places that could use it, and I'd love to know your thoughts. Of course, I know so many conversations about the cabins have been happening recently, but so much to say. So anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comments down below. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.